Number 1. When did the Islamic culture start in Indian subcontinent? The answer is 13th century. The period from the 13th to 16th centuries, that is 1200 to 1555 CE, saw the arrival of Islamic institution and Islamic culture in India. Question number 2. What were the developments contributed by Sultanate in India? The answer is material development, composite culture, and cultural development. A few historians criticizing this personality oriented history have evaluated the Sultanate as having contributed to material and cultural development, leading to the evaluation of composite culture in India. Question number 3, assertion and reasoning. And the assertion is the pre Islamic Arabs had maritime contacts with the western and eastern coast of India. Reasoning, the geographical location of Arabia helped the trade contact between India and Arabia. The answer is both the assertion and reason is true, and R is the correct explanation of the assertion. The geographical location of Arabia facilitated the trade contacts between India and Arabia. As seafaring traders, the pre Islamic Arabs had maritime contacts with the western and eastern coast of India. Question number 4. What was the aim of Arab invaders in India? The answer is to strengthen their power in Central Asia. The Arab military expedition in the year 712 and subsequent Ghaznavid and the Ghori military raids, the period from the 13th to 16th century saw the arrival of Islamic institution and Islamic culture in India. Question number 5. Which of the sultan was destroyed by the Mongol invasions in the 13th century? The answer is Nazaruddin Kubacha, Ghazni, and Ghurid Sultanate. The invasion of Afghanistan by Khorasan, that is eastern Iran, and later by Genghis Khan, severed the ties of northern India Sultanate with Afghanistan. Mongol invasions destroyed the Ghurid Sultanate and Ghazni and cut into the resources of Sultan Nazaruddin Kobacha, the ruler of Ucha and Multan. Question number 6. Assertion and reasoning. Assertion is only the Arabs were involved in the administration. Reasoning, many of the military slaves of Iltutmish were Arabian ancestries. The answer is both A and R is false. Arabs, Turks, Persians, and Central Asians were involved in military and administration. Iltutmish was an Olperli Turk, and many of his military slaves were of different Turkish and Mongol ancestries brought to Delhi by merchants from Bukhara, Samarkand, and Baghdad. Question number 7. How many Sultan dynasties were ruling India? The answer is 5. The Sultanate itself was not homogeneous. Its rulers belonged to 5 different categories: Slave dynasty, Khalji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, and Sayyid dynasty, and Lodi dynasty as the end. Question number 8. Name the Indian philosophy and religion book written by Al-Biruni in Arabic language. The answer is Tariq al-Hind. The sources for the study of Delhi Sultanates are listed below. Al-Biruni, Tariq al-Hind, Indian philosophy and religion written in Arabic language. Minhaj as-Siraj, Tabakat-i-Nazri, World Islamic History, which was written in Arabic. Ziadun Barani, Tariq-i-Firoz Shahi, History of Delhi Sultanate up to Firoz Tughlaq. Ghulam Yahya bin Ahmed, Tariq-i-Mubarak Shahi, written in Persian during the reign of Sayyid ruler Mubarak Shah. Question number 9. Choose the correct statements. The first statement is Hajjaj bin was the governor of Central Asia. The second one is number of military expedition was made against the ruler of Sindh. Third one is Dahar defeated the military expedition of Hajjaj bin. And the answer is the statement 3 only is correct. The Arab governor of Iraq, Hajjaj bin Yusuf, under the pretext of acting against the pirates, sent two military expeditions against Dahar, the ruler of Sindh, one by land and other by sea. Both were defeated and commanders were killed. Question number 10. Who was the first powerful Arabian invader sent by Hajjaj? The answer is Muhammad bin Qasim. Hajjaj sent with Caliph's permission a full-fledged army with 6,000 strong cavalry and large camel corps carrying all war equipments under the command of his son-in-law, a 17-year-old Muhammad bin Qasim. Question number 11. How the Arabic conquest is described in the Indian history? The answer is triumph without results. The Arab conquest of Sindh has been described as a triumph without results because it touched but a fringe of the country, which after Qasim expedition had a respite from invasions for about 3 centuries. Question number 12. Under whose control the Arab Empire started collapse to independent provinces? The answer is Muhammad of Ghazni. In the meantime of Muhammad of Ghazni rule, the Arab Empire in Central Asia had collapsed with several of its provinces declaring them as independent. One of the major kingdoms that emerged out of the broken Arab Empire was the Samanid kingdom, which also splintered, leading to several independent states. Question number 13. Assertion and reasoning. And the assertion is Alaptigin was a Persian slave serving as the governor of Samanid. Reasoning, he seized the city of Ghazni and established a kingdom. The answer is the statement A is false, but the reason is true. In 963, Alaptigin, a Turkic slave who had severed Samanid as the governor in Khorasan, seized the city of Ghazni in the eastern Afghanistan and established an independent kingdom. Alaptigin died soon after the failure of three of his successors, the nobles enthroned Sabutigin. Question number 14. What was the title given to Muhammad of Ghazni by the Caliph? The answer is right hand of the empire, Yamini ud Dawla. Muhammad, who was aged 27, ascended the throne and the Caliph acknowledged his ascension by sending him a robe of investiture and by conferring on him the title Yaminin Dalaw, which was right hand of the empire. Question number 15. How many military expeditions were conducted by Ghazni Muhammad towards India? The answer is 17. Muhammad ruled for 32 years and during his period he conducted as many as 17 military campaigns to India and he targeted Hindu temples which were depositories of vast treasures. Question number 16. What was the main aim of Ghaznavid soldiers headed by Ghazni? The answer is military advantages, looting the wealth of India, power of their god and religious faith. Though the motive was to loot, there was also military advantage in demolishing temples and smashing idols. The Ghaznavid soldiers viewed it as a demonstration of the invisible power of their god, and the religious passion of Muhammad's army expressed itself in slaughter of infields and plunder and destruction of their places of worship. Question number 17. What was the most important military expedition of Ghazni in India? The answer is Somnath invasion. After defeating the Shahi king Anandapala, Muhammad went beyond Punjab, penetrating deep into the Indo-Gangetic plain. Before reaching Kannauj, Muhammad raided Madura. In later historiography of both the British and Indian nationalists, Muhammad is notorious for his invasion of the temple city of Somnath on the seashore in Gujarat. Question number 18, Assertion and Reasoning. Assertion: Sultan Ibrahim of Ghaznavid dynasty ruled India for over 42 years. Reasoning: the Ghuris and Seljuk Turks were the threats to Ghaznavid kingdom in India. The answer is both the assertion and reason is true, and the reason correctly explains the statement. Sultan Ibrahim, who ruled for 42 years, and his son Masud, who ruled for 17 years, the ever hanging threat from Ghuris from the north and the Seljuk Turks from the west proved to be a disaster for the kingdom. The later rulers of Ghaznavid dynasty could exercise their authority only in the Lahore region, and even this lasted only for 3 decades. Question number 19. Who was the last ruler of Ghaznavid dynasty in India? The answer is Kurav Shah. In 1186, Ghuri Prince Muizzuddin Muhammad invaded Punjab and seized Lahore. The last ruler Kurav Shah was imprisoned and murdered in 1192. With his death, the Ghaznavid house of Muhammad came to an end. Question number 20. Who was acting as the inter-civilizational connect between India and other countries in the period of Ghazni? The answer is Al-Biruni. Al-Biruni was a mathematician, philosopher, astronomer, and historian. He came to India along with Muhammad of Ghazni, and he learned Sanskrit, religious and philosophical texts before composing his work Kitabul Hind. He also translated the Greek word of elucid into Sanskrit, and he transmitted Aryabhat's magnum opus Aryabhatiam. He was the inter-civilizational connect between India and the rest of the world.